This video is on defense in depth. Defense in depth simply means you're implementing security at different levels or layers to form a complete security strategy. Overall, it provides better protection and greater resiliency than implementing an individual security defense. This level of defense can be accomplished through a number of different ways. Some of the most popular ones are network segmentation, screen subnet, separation of duties, network access control, and honeypots. Network segmentation is dividing one network into smaller subnetworks, which enables you to optimize it in a number of ways. The segmentation is accomplished with switches and VLANs, and the separation can be done to isolate such things as heavy load systems or certain protocols. If you move them to their own subnetwork, the results should be performance increases or other parts of the network. Screen subnet, formerly known as DMZ, is a firewall-related concept and is part of a network where you place servers that must be accessible by sources both outside and inside your network. Screen subnet is not connected directly to either network, and it must be always accessed through a firewall. Using screen subnets gives your firewall configuration an extra level of flexibility, protection, and complexity. And by using it, you can create an additional step that makes it difficult for intruder to gain access to the internal network. Basically, it's an additional gateway to your internal network that separates your internal from the external. Separation of duties policies are designed to reduce risk of fraud and to prevent other losses in an organization. A good policy will require more than one person to accomplish key processes. This may mean that the person who processes an order from a customer isn't the same person who generates the invoice or deals with the billing. You can't have one person doing everything. That's why you have to have separation of duties. Network access control is a method to restrict access to the network based on identity or posture. And this method was created by Cisco to enforce privileges and make decisions on a client device based on information gathered from it. If the wanted information is not found, the client can be placed in a quarantine network area to keep it from infecting the rest of the network. It can also be placed in a guest network and or allowed to run non-persistent agents. Honeypot is a system set up as a decoy to attract and deflect attacks from hackers. The server decoy appears to have everything as a regular server does, OS, applications, and network services. It's basically an exact replica, and the attacker is going to think that he or she is accessing a real network server, but it is a network trap. Honeypot has two key purposes. It gives admins valuable information on the types of attacks being carried out, and also deflects attention from working servers, allowing them to function without being attacked. One step above Honeypot is Honeynet. Honeynet is an entire network set up to monitor attacks from outsiders. All traffic into and out of network is carefully tracked and documented. And this information is shared with network professionals to help isolate the type of attacks launched against networks and to proactively manage those security risks. Honeynets function as a production network using network services, applications, and more. Attackers don't know that they are actually accessing a monitored network.